Athamatava Kunjabihari. Jemand hier, der kein Englisch versteht? Bitte? Die Kishore kommt Mataji, ja, die kommt wohl noch. Da muss jemand übersetzen. Ja, gut. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Agyantimirandasya Gananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militang Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. We are reading in the fourth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam in the chapter 6, entitled Brahma Satisfies Lord Shiva, text 43. Tvam eva Bhagavan etach, Tvam eva Bhagavan etach, Shiva Shaktyo Svarupayo, Shiva Shaktyo Svarupayo, Vishvam Srijasi Pasyatsi, Vishvam Srijasi Pasyatsi, Kridan Urna Patuyata, Kridan Urna Patuyata, Tvameva Bhagavanitach, Jiva Shaktyo Svarupayo, Vishvam Srijasi Pasyatsi, Kridan Urna Patuyata. Ja. Shiva Shaktyo Svarupayo, Vishvam Srijasi Pasyatsi, Kridan Urna Patuyata, Tvameva Bhagavanitach, Shiva Shaktyo Svarupayo, Vishvam Srijasi Pasyatsi, Kridan Urna Patuyata, Tvam eva Bhagavanitach, Shiva Shaktyo Svarupayo, Vishvam Srijasi Pasyatsi, Kridan Urna Patuyata. Maharajas? Tvameva Bhagavanitach, Shiva Shaktyo Svarupayo, Svishvangchidasi pasyatsi Kridan urna pato yata. Very melodious Sanskrit verse. No? Certain kind of rhyme, I don't know in English, Stabreime. Several times the same syllables appear, are added one to another. Nice. Tvam, you, Eva, certainly, Bhagavan, O my Lord, Etat, this, Shiva Shaktyo, being situated in your auspicious energy. Svarupayo, by your personal expansion. Vishvam, this universe. Srijasi, create. Pasi, maintain. Atsi, annihilate. Kridan, working. Urnapata, spider's web. Yatha, just like. My dear Lord, you create this cosmic manifestation, maintain it and annihilate it by the expansion of your personality. Exactly as a spider creates, maintains and winds up its web. Purport. In this verse, the word Shiva Shakti is significant. Shiva means auspicious and Shakti means energy. There are many types of energies of the Supreme Lord and all of them are auspicious. Brahma, Vishnu and Maheshwara are called guna avatars or incarnations of material qualities. In the material world, we compare these different incarnations from different angles of vision. But since all of them are expansions of the Supreme Auspicious, all of them are auspicious. Although sometimes we consider one quality of nature to be higher or lower than another. The mode of ignorance or tamogun is considered very much lower than the others, but in the higher sense it is also auspicious. The example may be given herein that the government has both an educational department and criminal department. An outsider may consider the criminal department inauspicious, but from the government's point of view, it is as important as the education department, and therefore the government finances both departments equally, without discrimination. Tvameva Bhagavan etats Shiva Shaktyo Svarupayo Vishvang Srijasi Pasyatsi Kridan Urna Pato Yatha. My dear Lord, you create this cosmic manifestation, maintain it and annihilate it by expansion of your personality. Exactly as a spider creates, maintains and winds up its web. Lord Brahma is in a special situation. Lord Shiva, Lord Shiva's wife, Sati, had burned herself, her body, because her father had neglected her and committed offenses against her dear husband, Lord Shiva. So she had burned herself. Shiva, out of rage, had sent a most formidable demon, and all his followers accompanied him, and they had destroyed the whole Daksha, the whole arena of Daksha's sacrifice, and killed Daksha himself, thrown his head into the fire. Now, all the demigods are very disturbed. Lord Shiva, he was approached by, after this incident, this very inauspicious incident, Lord Brahma advised the demigods to go to Lord Shiva and beg his pardon for neglecting him in the sacrifice. All the demigods had accepted their sacrifice, and they had seen that Lord Shiva's place had not been prepared, that he was not meant to get any part of the results of the sacrifice. Still, nobody had said any against Daksha's decision. Now they were in deep trouble. Many great personalities had been injured. This auspicious sacrifice had not been completed. Now they went to Lord Shiva to ask him to forgive all the persons involved in the death of his wife and in blaming himself, Lord Shiva. So Lord Brahma, he led all the other demigods to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva, when he saw... Kannst du es anlassen, bitte?
Was ist? Die Sonne scheint rein.
Ja, danke. Sehr nice. Ich gucke ab und zu ins Buch, und wenn da nicht so viel Licht ist, meine Augen sind nicht so gut. Lord Brahma led all the demigods to Lord Shiva. They saw him in this beautiful place, in this beautiful atmosphere. Lord Shiva was sitting under this huge tree, 800 miles high and 800 miles wide, broad. Very wonderful, beautiful place. Lord Shiva was surrounded by Narada Muni, by Kuvera, by the 4 Kumaras, and he was giving spiritual instructions to all these great personalities. They all listened to him. When Lord Shiva saw that Lord Brahma was coming, he offered his obeisances unto him. Sorry. Because Lord Brahma is in the position of Lord Shiva's father, because Shiva had emerged from Lord Brahma's body. And Lord Shiva considered him his superior. To satisfy, to pacify Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma addresses him in this verse as the Supreme Lord, practically. He addresses Lord Shiva, you create this manifestation, maintain it, and annihilate it by expansions of your personality. One can see it in this way, yes, of course. Lord Shiva is actually the Supreme Lord himself. In the Brahma Samhita, Prabhu yesterday quoted it also in Brahma Samhita, it says, Lord Shiva is like you, that Krishna is like milk, the original energy, the origin. Lord Shiva is like yogurt, being non-different. Yogurt is non-different from milk. But because Lord Shiva takes care and charge of the material energy, who is embodied as his wife, Sati. Therefore, Lord Shiva is very much connected and involved in the material energy. and he kind of does not act, cannot act like Vishnu, like Krishna himself, although qualitatively he is superior to every other living entity in this universe, superior to Lord Brahma also. Lord Brahma is a Jiva, whereas Jiva Shakti, whereas Lord Shiva is Shiva Shakti. And just for the sake of supporting the creation, he took on this position of being involved in matter, and in this way being like yogurt, being in kind of conditioned. But Lord Brahma addresses him here as the original personality that Lord Shiva is. Yesterday, Peter Prabhu, he mentioned, yes, Shiva has two aspects. Sadashiva in the spiritual world, and Lord Shiva here in this material world, acting in his function as the creator in one sense, and by his instructions, by his activities, he also maintains. And finally, his main service is to destroy the whole universe. It is said creating is the mode of passion, maintaining is in the mode of goodness, and to destroy is in the mode of ignorance. So Lord Shiva, he takes care of the mode of ignorance. He himself is not in the mode of ignorance, of course. Vaishnavanam yatha shambhu. He is the greatest of all Vaishnavas, completely pure. He is the founder Acharya of the Rudra Sampradaya. So many Vaishnavas follow his instructions, worship him as the Acharya, whereas they know that Lord Shiva is not acting as the Supreme Person, but although he is, in this world he does not appear as the Supreme Lord, although he is also addressed sometimes as Bhagavan, the proprietor of all the six opulences, yes, of all the six opulences. Lord Shiva is Lord Shiva became pleased by the prayers offered by the demigods. Lord Brahma starts with this, glorifying him. This aspect, he addresses this aspect of Lord Shiva as the original personality, as being non-different from Lord Vishnu and from Lord Krishna, being non-different. Lord Brahma addresses him like this, to pacify him, to please him. Well, it's not like flattering an ordinary person. Not like that. Lord Shiva is very conscious and Lord Brahma is very conscious of the facts. I just remember Vaisheshika Prabhu, the Minister for Book Distribution, in his book, Our Family Business, he writes that on the street, if you want to give a book to some person, you flatter him like anything. One cannot overdo in flattering a person. Everybody will accept the greatest kind of the greatest kind of flattering. Everybody will be pleased if In Germany, there's a saying in the shops, the customer is king, der Kunde ist König. No? The customer is treated like a king. Oh, you may please enter. We are your obedient servants. How can we satisfy your greatness? And yes, the customer, even if he doesn't have much money or anything, he is very much pleased. Is treated according to his personality. He's treated perfectly nice, being treated as a king. So to flatter a person, normally it works nicely. Everybody is pleased by this. Prabhupada also says, in preaching, he said you go to the door of a person, you knock on the door, you go down on your knees, and you have straw or grass in your mouth, indicating that you take the position of an ignorant animal compared to this person who opens the door. And he will say, oh, you're so humble. Prabhupada says, what can I do for you? What do you want? And then you start praising him. Oh, you're such a great personality. You're so learned, you're so rich, you're so beautiful. Even if he's not, Prabhupada said, you are such a wonderful personality. Well, yes, thank you, it's nice that you realize this. Thank you very much. So, what do you want? Yes, you have all these opulences, but please, just forget everything. It is useless, and start chanting the Lord's name. And the person is obliged. If you flatter a person, if you praise a personality, this person becomes obliged to you. Oh, he lifted me to such a high position. So now, I owe him something. I owe him some favor. Okay, if he wants me to chant the Lord's name, then at least let me chant together with him a little, and let's see, maybe I like it. So this kind of view Lord Brahma takes to praise Lord Shiva as the creator of the manifestation, maintainer and destroyer. Comparing Lord Shiva to a spider who creates his web by the secretion coming from his body. It's incredible. All these spider webs, normally you would consider them a disturbance. Shri Prahlad Lakshmi Nrsingadev Ki Jai. These spider webs are created by a spider, by his kind of, it's not his saliva, it comes from the back of the spider. And it's really fantastic. If you look at these spiders, sometimes there's how do they do this? It's very strange. Sometimes you see a spider coming down on the thread coming from its body, coming down, searching for a place where to put its web, where to install its web. Sometimes they come down like this. Already, somewhere I saw a statistic. Everybody during his life statistically swallows 6 spiders. When you're lying in the bed with your mouth open, snoring, statistically, during your lifetime, 6 spiders are coming down on the web, falling into your mouth without intending it. And you swallow the poor spider. unsuccessful attempt at search for his web. It's unique. It's a miracle. The spider creating its web maintains it so that it can catch some insects and winding it up. I did not see that, but yes, the Bhagavatam says the spider can wind up its web again. Yeah, if you see a spider coming down on the thread, and come on, don't come here. This is if you get into this place, into the firewood, you will be thrown into the fire. It's not good. You touch the spider a little, and it goes up again, taking up this thread into its body again. The spider takes it up again into his body, winds up its web, thread at least. In the Prabhupada writes there, we compare these different incarnations from different angles of vision. So this is Lord Brahma's vision to please Lord Shiva. He praises him. Others are afraid of Lord Shiva. Oh, when it's time for destruction, Lord Shiva plays on his dindin drum and he starts laughing madly, and then he starts to destroy everything in this universe. The demigods become very much frightened, but with his trident, Lord Shiva slashes their bodies, destroys everything and everybody. That's his main work, destruction. It appears horrible duty, heavy duty. That's what he has to do at the end. Just actually like Krishna, he instructed and he asked Arjuna to fulfill his duty as a kshatriya and to kill all his opponents on the battlefield, to help to destroy the 11 Akshohinis of Duryodhana. Arjuna didn't want to. By Krishna's desire, Arjuna was put into ignorance, and he thought, oh no, they are my teachers and all my relatives. If I take part in this war, I will destroy all of these personalities whom I worship. Arjuna, he considered Bhishma Dev his grandfather. No, his father even. He considered him his father. The Pandavas grew up without a father. Pandu left the body after they had taken birth as small boys. He left, and then they grew up in Hastinapur, and Bhishma, he took care of them very nicely. And in Mahabharata it is described, and when the boys came back from playing, Arjuna, covered with sand, as a small boy, he climbed onto Bhishma Dev's lap and called him father, Pitaji. And Bhishma Dev said, no, I'm not your father, I'm the father of your father. So Arjuna, he had so much love for Bhishma, just as much as he would have for his father. So he saw Bhishma, his grandfather, his dear teacher, Dronacharya, and the others, all of them standing on the battlefield, Arjuna got overwhelmed by bodily affection. These relationships, these bodily relationships, appear to him most important, and he forgot about that he had to fulfill his duty. And then Krishna explained to him, all of these persons on this battlefield, in this sacred place, they're not gonna go home. All of them will leave their body if you take part or not. That is my desire, and that will take place. In the beginning of Krishna book, Bhumi came to Lord Brahma. Oh, Lord Brahma, there are so many bad personalities on my surface, creating so much disturbance in this society. So many demoniac kshatriyas. Please do something about. Lord Brahma said, let's go to Lord Vishnu. And they went to the shore of the milk ocean, offered their prayers, and Lord Vishnu said, yes, I will appear, I will take care of this. Actually, Krishna himself, he came directly from Goloka Vrindavan to fulfill this duty. He assembled all these kshatriyas in Kurukshetra, a sacred place. So everybody who left their bodies in this sacred place, either they went at least to the heavenly planets, yes, as kshatriyas, fulfilling their duty, dying by the weapon of the enemy, they went to heavenly planets. Or those who saw Krishna and Arjuna in the last moments, they went back to the spiritual world. Finally, Arjuna, he understood, yes, it is Krishna's desire and it is my duty. To fulfill the duty, it is said, is the mode of goodness. Fulfilling one's duty is the mode of goodness, without being attached to the results. One should just fulfill his duty. Arjuna did that and destroyed, killed so many kshatriyas. Who was this one? Does somebody remember? My memory is not so good anymore. This one personality who hindered the Pandavas from entering the Chakra Vyuha. The Kauravas had killed Abhimanyu unfairly with 5 or more Maharathis, and Arjuna swore, tomorrow I will kill this Ashwatthama. Isn't it? No, not Ashwatthama, sorry. He was the son of Dronacharya. Tomorrow I will kill this personality who is to be blamed for the death of my son Abhimanyu. And Arjuna? Huh? Sorry? Jayadrat. Oh yes, thank you. Yes, right. Jayadrat. Arjuna took the oath, tomorrow I'm going to kill Jayadrat, or else I will enter fire. And the Kauravas, they also had their spies. Each party had their spies in the camp of the others. The spies at night they went to Duryodhana. Arjuna, take the oath that tomorrow he will kill Jayadrat, or he will kill himself, he will enter fire. And Duryodhana, oh really? Okay, let's take all precautions so that Arjuna will not achieve his result. Then our worst enemy will have to kill himself, which all of you seem not able to do. And they put Jayadrat at the end of the army of the Kauravas. And so many great personalities surrounded him. Next day, Arjuna, he came and he saw, oh yeah, they heard about it. But still, I have to fulfill my oath. And he killed one Akshohini. Arjuna himself alone, he killed one Akshohini on that day. At the end, the sun was going down. At the end, he was still quite a distance from Jayadratha. And Jayadratha was surrounded by great personalities, Maharathis, the greatest fighters, protected him so that Arjuna would kill himself. And Arjuna, it looked impossible. It was so difficult. He didn't know what to do. And Krishna, what can I do? Krishna said, don't worry. We're going to do something. And then the sun went down. The fighters, they had very strict moral codes, only fighting from sunset, from sunrise till sunset. At sunset, okay, let's put away the weapons. Was a nice fight that you delivered. Nice, very good, fair fights. And then they went to the other camp and had some, okay, not pizza, but they met the others. Fair relationships. So when the great soldiers saw that the sun had set, they put down the weapons. Arjuna, tough luck. Sorry. And Krishna said, wait, don't put your weapon down, wait a little. Drive further to Jayadratha. And the Maharathis, they saw, why is Arjuna coming towards Jayadratha? He has to kill himself. The sun has set. And Krishna said, stay ready. And then, when they were near Jayadratha, Krishna revealed that he had just covered the sun. It had not set. He removed the covering, and the sun was there above the horizon. And the Kshatriyas were bewildered. What is this? Arjuna, he took his arrow and severed the head of Jayadratha. He achieved his result. He killed so many, a big work of destruction for the sake of Krishna. This destruction was auspicious. And Lord Shiva, he destroys the universe as his main service because it's necessary that everybody leaves the body. So everybody leaves the body. The universe is going to be destroyed. Okay. So Lord Shiva, he is praised by Lord Brahma, and rightfully so. He is the greatest. He is the greatest personality, except Lord Vishnu. And it said, Shiva Viringshi Nutam. The Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, they always worship Lord Shiva. They are conscious that, Lord Shiva and Brahma, they always worship Lord Vishnu. They are conscious that he is the supreme. There are so beautiful prayers offered by Shiva in the Bhagavatam. Shiva is the greatest Vaishnava. In this verse, Lord Brahma addresses him as the supreme. It is right, one aspect of Lord Shiva, that he is the supreme. Prabhupada gives this nice example of the departments in the state. There's the law department, the education department, health department, and so on. In India, I heard that they are promoting yoga to lower the costs of the health department. When people practice yoga, live according to the rules of yoga, they're living healthy. They are healthy, so the state doesn't have to spend so much money on maintaining the health of the people. Different departments, and the Ishvaras are, Prabhupada compares here like the ministers of these departments. And Lord Shiva is the minister of the criminal department. He takes care that the law is enforced. Well, not really. But there's the criminal department, and one might consider, well, all these bad guys, the state is taking care, and the prisons, why do they spend so much money on these prisons? But it is also necessary. The prison is necessary to rectify the people and to give them a warning so that they may not consider crime, otherwise they end up in prison. Some people spend their whole life in prison. Some people, they get so much attached to prison that they don't want to get out. Regulated life in the morning, you wake up, and then you do something, do some duties, get your food every day, and shelter, have your friends, your buddies around you, make some sports, things like this. Some people get attached to prison, and then finally the guardian comes. So, buddy, your time is over. Now you can get out. Freedom. And I don't want to go. No, sorry, you have to go. Have to go out and take care of your life yourself. Oh, and he leaves the prison. Oh, it was so nice. All my friends are there. And then sometimes they commit, well, I just do something. And they go, what do I know? Commit some crime, go to the next car, smash the window, or something like this. Do something so that they get thrown into prison again. Oh, there you are again. Yes, I'm back. Got 3 more years. Some get attached to this criminal department, but it's very important to punish and to people and hinder them from committing crime. Both is important. Lord Shiva's activities, they are just as important as Lord Brahma's or Lord Vishnu's, although one may consider them to be of lower quality, but it is just as necessary as creating and maintaining. A thankless task of Lord Shiva. Yesterday, Prabhu mentioned Bhrigu Muni, who there was the assembly of sages, and they discussed who is the greatest, and they, okay, Bhrigu, you're the one, you go and find out. And he went to Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma was his father. When he came, he didn't pay your businesses. Lord Brahma got angry. Hey, you're supposed to make obeisances when you come in my presence. Well, today I don't like to. What? Lord Brahma was angry, got angry. Then he went to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is his brother. Both are sons of Lord Brahma. And Shiva, oh, Bhrigu, come here, let me embrace you, my dear brother. And Bhrigu, he wanted to test him. Don't come near me. You're covered in ash and these skulls are hanging around your neck. Your hair is not combed again. Come on, don't touch me. You're so dirty. Leave me alone. He committed a great offense against Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva got angry. What? He got angry. He got overwhelmed by his anger and he chased after him. And then he went to Lord Vishnu, to Krishna, and when he came there, he kicked him against the chest. And Krishna, I'm sorry. Oh, Bhrigu Muni, I hope you didn't hurt your feet. I hope you didn't hurt your foot on my hard chest. let me massage your foot. Please sit down on my bed, and I will massage your foot. And Vishnu, he massaged his foot, with which Bhrigu had kicked him on the chest. And on Lord Vishnu's chest, there is still the sign, the mark, Bhrigupad, the imprint of a sign of the kicking, of the kick of Bhrigu Muni, Bhrigupad on Vishnu's chest, the sign of his greatness. And Bhrigu understood, and he went back and told them, Lord Vishnu is the greatest. He had called Lord Shiva by so many ill names, describing his worst qualities. Lord Shiva, yes, it is true, he is covered by ash. He doesn't appear clean, shuchi. But this is to remind himself of the, how I say, that everything is limited, that everybody is limited by time. Everybody will get destroyed after some time or another. And he takes the ash from a crematorium, he has these skulls, a garland of skulls around his head to remind of the temporary nature of this body, to kalayam ashashvatam, temporary nature of the body. He has snakes around his wrists, of his arms and feet, his neck. Actually, he worships Lord Sankar. He meditates on Sankarshan, Lord Balaram. He always meditates, and these snakes are the embodiments of of Sankarshan. Lord Shiva always is completely auspicious, but by Bhrigu, he did it purposefully. He called him by all these bad names, although he knew better. So one may call Shiva in this way or that way. Lord Brahma called him the greatest, the original personality. Bhrigu called him the worst personality. But Lord Vishnu is just as important as Brahma and Vishnu. So, is there any question? Yeah.
Hi Krishna.
Hare Rama.
So in this chapter or this verse, Lord Brahma is praising Shiva, right? And I'm a little bit confused because I still don't understand exactly the position of Lord Shiva. Also in the beginning it was said he's also full of all opulences and sometimes called Bhagavan. But how is this possible? Because in my understanding there is only one Bhagavan, Sri Krishna, right? And also, yeah, I didn't understand exactly how this is supposed to be understood.
Krishna is the original personality. From his body comes the Brahmajyoti. And in this Brahmajyoti, which expands limitless, all the Vaikuntha planets are floating. On each of the Vaikuntha planets, one expansion of Lord Vishnu is in charge. And Lord Sadashiva, he is in the spiritual world, he is Vishnu Tattva. In Abenteuer, the Radha Madha Mohan's temple, there is a Shila. I remembered this Shila from the time when Radha Madha Mohan were here. Sadashiva Linga. It's a small Shalagram Shila. In this Shila is a hole, and in this hole, standing is a small tower, a Shiva Linga. It is this Shiva, and this Shila is Shiva Linga, is Sada Shiva. He is the aspect, he is the Vishnu. He is Shiva as Vishnu. And so, in this sense, in this one aspect, Lord Shiva is the Supreme. Sada Shiva, originally he is the Supreme, but then his duty is, his service to Krishna is to come into this world, to associate and control the material energy in form of his wife, Sati, who embodies the material energy. She is the host, is not Lord, mistress. She is the controller. She can create unlimited universes. Sati. She is the most powerful person, and Lord Shiva has her association. In this way, he gets a bit conditioned by being associated, by being married with material energy. So that is this aspect of Lord Shiva, taking care of the mode of ignorance, in form of matter. Also, Lord Shiva, he is most merciful. Ashutosh, he is most merciful. And so many persons in the mode of ignorance, they take shelter of Lord Shiva. You read in the Bhagavatam the ghosts and hobgoblins, many demons, they take shelter of Lord Shiva. They pray to him for power, for Shakti. Lord Shiva, once he swallowed some poison and kept this in his throat. Therefore, one of his names, and his throat turned bluish. Therefore, he's called, one of his names is Nilakanta, the one who has a blue throat. An aspect of Lord Shiva's mercy, saving everybody from this poison by keeping this poison in his throat. What was the point? He's giving shelter to everybody in the mode of ignorance. Also, he once took this poison in his throat, and his so-called followers, well, Shiva, he took poison, then we may also take poison because we are his followers. And they smoke ganja and offer their ganja to Lord Shiva. Bum Shankar. In Hamburg, not far from the temple, was a shop dedicated to ganja consummation. It was called Bum Shankar, this mantra, offering the chillum or joint, whatever, to Shiva. Lord Shiva that is his one aspect, taking care of the mode of ignorance. But he is not conditioned by this mode of ignorance. He is controlling it. He is taking care of it and all these living beings in the mode of ignorance. Originally, he is non-different from Krishna, from Lord Shiva, in the spiritual world. He just comes here to fulfill his duty as Shiva. Then he is compared to yogurt, having come in contact with matter, like if you put some sour tamarind in the yogurt and in the milk, then this milk becomes yogurt. And similarly, when Sadashiva from the spiritual world, the spiritual personality, comes into this world to do his duty, take care of matter, he becomes Shiva in this world, compared to yogurt. Does it help?
Yes, it helps. May I add a little small question?
Here?
So the Shiva in the spiritual world is called Sadashiva.
Yeah. Eternal Shiva. Eternal.
Because yesterday I read in the second canto Srimad Bhagavatam, in this end of 6th chapter, I read that no one can actually fully understand Lord Krishna or know him 100%. So how about the Sadashiva? Does he know him 100% or not?
As Sadashiva, he is fully conscious. But it is said Krishna has kind of 100% of the quality of Krishna has all the qualities. Not living entities may get up to 78% of the qualities. Doesn't mean that we are 70% 8 as great, 78% as great as Krishna. No, we have 78% of the qualities that are described in Nectar of Devotion. And then Lord Shiva, he has some more qualities, and Vishnu, he has 96% of the qualities of Krishna. And Krishna, he has 4 qualities more, which nobody else has. Which are these? Somebody can say? Which are these 4 qualities? Yeah? Yeah, playing flute. Huh? Sweet. Krishna has these wonderful sweet pastimes, doing things that Lord Vishnu does not do, appearing as a child, as a baby, playing with his friends, riding on their shoulders, getting defeated by his friends. And what else? 2 qualities? 2 more? Qualities. Krishna is the most beautiful. He is so charming. And more? Yeah. And he is accompanied by his wonderful friends and by his devotees. These qualities only Krishna has. Lord Vishnu, I don't know. I cannot say. I didn't read if Vishnu is completely conscious of Krishna. But it said not even Krishna himself is not completely conscious of himself, because there are always new qualities in him. Said Gabodakshai Vishnu, he lies in this universe on the bed of Anantashesha. Anantashesha, with his unlimited mouth, he sings the glories of Krishna. And his mouth increase constantly because he constantly finds new qualities of Krishna. And Anantashesha, he is praising Krishna all the time, again and again, increasing, finding new qualities. And Krishna himself, although he is omniscient, he again and again he sees new aspects of his person. It is said it is impossible to understand the activities of a pure devotee, just as it is impossible to understand the way of the sun. We are just like relatively seen, we are just like some tiny insects in this world. We don't know very much. It's not like some mad scientists think that they will be able to create everything themselves, create life and make perfect living entities. No disease, no problems anymore. Everybody is perfect. Everybody is perfect. And therefore they need some funds, need some money from the state, for their research work. And therefore they are most important because therefore they are called demigods in white, the scientists. They won't be able to, of course. Crazy. We are very, very tiny. We don't understand much. And, all right. Even Krishna doesn't understand himself, really.
Thank you very much, Hare Krishna.
Sure, welcome. Yeah?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you for Nectarian class. Is Shiva then Jiva, or is he an actual expansion?
Lord Brahma is Jiva. He is the perfect Jiva. Lord Brahma in this universe is a pure devotee. He goes back to Krishna and he has all this perfection. He has all the 78% of the qualities that the Jiva may have. Above the position of Jiva, Jiva Shakti is Shiva Shakti. Shiva has more qualities. If you look into Nectar of Devotion at the moment, I'm not able to recount these. And Lord Vishnu, he has more. He has more qualities. Krishna has all the qualities. Shiva is above the living entities. He is even above Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma is conscious of this. He praises him in this verse as the maintainer, annihilator, and creator of this universe. He praises him as the supreme personality. Although Lord Shiva is playing the role of Lord Brahma's son. Lord Brahma praises him here because of the past incidents. Well, and Lord Shiva is praiseworthy like this, yes, for sure. Yeah. Srila Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. One small thing, sorry, before I forgot. Srila Prabhupada, when Prabhupada, there's a book of interviews with persons who knew Srila Prabhupada before he came to the West, by Mula Prakriti Mataji, the wife of Gopi Paranadhana, both great Buddhist devotees. She interviewed many personalities. It is called Our Srila Prabhupada, this book, fantastic book. And she interviews the son of the milkman who is still living in Vrindavan, the son of the milkman who every day gave half a liter of milk to Srila Prabhupada. And this son, when he was a boy, he visited the place of Srila Prabhupada in the Radha Damodar temple, the 2 rooms that Srila Prabhupada has there and still has. And he saw that there are so many spider webs, and he said, oh no, poor Swami, I will help him and I will clean away all these spider webs. And he did that, and to him this room appeared very clean. Then when Prabhupada came back, who did this? Oh, I wanted to clean. That is not nice. These spiders, they have built these webs for the living, and you have destroyed the webs. Srila Prabhupada was so considerate. Umapati Swami, he once visited Srila Prabhupada, and the devotees had rented a house for him in one city. He came there and he saw that the neighbors, that the lawns in the neighboring houses were very nicely trimmed, very short and green, and everything looks pucker. But the lawn in front of Srila Prabhupada's house, it looked very uncared for, did not look so neat and clean and trimmed. And he said, Srila Prabhupada is living here, why don't you mow the lawn, why don't you cut the grass? And they said, Srila Prabhupada he told us not to do it. Prabhupada said, in this grass, so many small insects are living. They have their houses, they have their children, they have their life in the grass. So if we cut the grass, we're going to destroy all of these. Sure, Prabhupada didn't want us to do this. And this devotee writes, Prabhupada was so compassionate, so sensitive, so caring for all living beings. Yeah, one aspect. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.